What is going on, guys? It is your boy Seso here, bringing you guys a C4D slash Photoshop tutorial here today. Bringing you guys a cool little abstract, just really fun and colorful, and really like a lot of stuff going on banner tutorial here today. So pretty much as you guys can see, it's just a really cool text. It says Seso HQ, right? And then it has like a nice little distortion wrap on it. On the bottom, it has actually the word official. I probably could have made my my material a little bit lighter on the gray, but although it's just a really cool little kind of fills space for me. And around it is basically platonics used with just really simple effectors to make it just kind of look kind of distorted, kind of like crystallized, and then you kind of have these little spike. Little icicle kind of things is when I actually made the style up way longer, like 3 years ago. I put that in there, just kind of put a little some in there, and then of course on the outside is just free rendered out pictures of the these little 3D objects themselves that are also behind and inside the text. So all around, it's just a really fun little simple concept to do. If you're just really looking to do like a 3D design and you kind of just want to make a lot of color and just make it look as fun as possible, this is what I did. So, of course, we're going to be in C4D first. Let me just see if I can get to the actual... Boom. Here we go. Alright, so here's the actual project file. If you guys would like this, do not forget, 200 likes on the video equals a signal down below, which will most likely, if you guys want to have the Cinema 4D file or the Photoshop file, I can put both of them in there for you guys really want it. But for some reason, a lot of people don't know what RAR files are, right? So yeah, if you guys want either one, just let me know. I will let you guys. I'll just put it on the description down below. I'll probably just put both of them in separate links just because people are weird. So yeah, if you just rotate around this really quickly, you can see it's just a lot of stuff going on, but it's a really fun concept. And see, it says Seso HQ and then official on the bottom. All around, really cool concept, really fun, just simple tutorial. And of course, it comes out really nice after it's rendered out. And yeah, we're gonna get this going right now. So pretty much, the first thing we're gonna start off with is a MoGraph, MoText. So we're going to type in the word Seso, just like so. And the font that I did use, I believe, was Prototype. So yeah, we're going to put Prototype in there. I believe you can get it from defont.com. That's where I believe I get most of my fonts from. A lot of people say, I don't know where the heck you find them. Just put Prototype font in Google. Most likely you'll find it. So yeah, so we're going to put Seso HQ on the top right here, right? And in a second, I'm going to put another MoGraph and actually put the word official on the bottom. But before we do that, we have to make sure we put the effector on the MoText here. So we're going to go to the Restore tab, which is going to be where this little bend thing is. And you're going to go and see all these different things. You can use whatever the hell you really want. Bend is another option you could use. What else is good? I don't really know. I'm going to stick with wrap, though. I had wrap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my settings as followed. 930. For the width, for the height here, we're going to put it to 325, and then for the radius, we're going to go ahead and put this to 265. That's a 265, and this is the settings that I had exactly on my other one, my other example here. So I'm going to now throw this wrap inside the MoText, and as you can see, it will now wrap, and you can see it's very harsh right now, meaning the tension is actually really high, as you can see right here. We're just going to drop this down to 35-ish, right? And we have a pretty, seamless looking, bend going on here. That works perfectly for me. So, pretty much now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take the MoGraph and actually Control-C and then Control-V to copy the entire thing, including the wrap as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just rewrite the word Seso HQ to official. I hope I spelled that right. And we're going to take the wrap here. And by just, the chance of luck, I forgot which way I rotated, but I believe... what I'm looking to do, really quickly though, before I do that, make sure my MoText, and we're going to flip this 90 degrees. So we're going to go ahead and where it says P right here, under rotation, make sure that's at 90, that way we know it's exactly 90 degrees and what we kind of want it to be. And facing the right way as well, because we're going to actually rotate the camera this way, right? So we're going to have Seso HQ, and then official is going to be able to be seen on the bottom of it. So we're going to make sure it's flipped the entire way. If it's not for some reason flipped the right way for you, try -90. And you'll try and maybe that's going to work for you, but I'm pretty sure 90 for me is going to work. And so for this, what I want to do is I want to kind of replicate this bend that I have going on here. So as for this, I'm going to have to rotate my bend the opposite 90. So we're just going to put this on -90, right? So whatever your bend is going to be opposite of what your MoGraph had to be rotated. So my rotation on my P for my MoGraph is going to be at 90. And for the wrap, my rotation on P is going to be negative 90. So that's way you can see when I actually drag this down for a second. And, oop, not the bend, the entire thing. Drag the entire thing down. And what we're going to do here is going to make this a little more smaller. And we're just going to go ahead and rotate the camera. And make sure we get the word official in there. So pretty much we got something like that going on. Okay. And then what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and just actually going to make this MoGraph a little bit more lower on the depth, maybe like 45-ish. Right, I'm going to put this up here. And now with this, I'm going to take both of my MoGraphs, right? So I'm going to just control click them, and I'm just going to take my rotation tool, and while they're both selected, I'm just going to move this up just like so. And for me, I think that angle is what I'm going to work with. So pretty much as you see, we didn't do anything crazy. We just basically had one MoGraph. If you want to go through all the settings really quick, the MoGraph number 1, this is the first one we did, right? First one we did, our depth is at 115, and for the second one that we did, our depth is at 45. That way, it looked really awkward as you saw. It feels both the same exact depth. But now that this is a little bit shorter, the word official is a little bit shorter, it looks a little bit better in my opinion. And if you really want to, if I really want to as well, I can like shrink this even more, and then take my MoGraph, go under object, I believe, and just go to horizontal spacing, and like go like that if I really want to as well. I don't know. How do I feel about that? I don't really know. I'll just try it. Why not? So pretty much now, I'm going to have to do something else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a duplicate of the first one that we did, right? So Control C, Control V one more time. And we're going to go to caps. We're going to go to the start and end and change both of these from cap to fill a cap. When you do that, you're going to change both of the radiuses under start and end to 0.5. And for this, we're going to need a material. So throw these in here. These are just my really simple reflective materials. I don't know if I said it in the tutorial already, but if you guys want these materials as well as like the PSD or the C4D file, I'll give you guys these if you just gotta remind me of these things and just give me a little bit, okay? Because sometimes I'm really busy. There's something really crazy with these materials. There's just color and reflect, and I have my blurriness on, and my mix strength is at like 80%. I'll just put it on like a nice little solid number for you guys. 30 and 80% of my mix strength, and my texture is on Fresnel. And so pretty much that's my simple go-to, like, kind of like just reflective materials. So the reason why we did this for the first, right? Excuse me, I'm going to make sure I'm actually going to correct my cameras for a second. Right, so I can use this one as a free roam. The reason why we did this is because this one actually has like the first, but this one has the fillet caps on it. Right, this is the layer with the fillet caps on it, so you guys know which one I'm moving back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate my camera so I can actually see the actual like side of the text here. I'll take my movement tool, take my blue arrow here, and just drag it below, or behind, excuse me, the text just a little bit, kind of like so you can get like a little cap going on here. So you see that? It's a little bit more space between the first layer and like the second layer. Kind of looks like trident layers kind of thing. I don't really, I used to do this and I still like it a lot. So pretty much what this is going to do is if I were to take what color do they have for this? I had a blue and then a white. I believe that's what that is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my blue, put this on the caps, right? Make sure everything's on project, cubic, seamless, and then this gray. Maybe I had like a gray. Maybe I'll just make a nice little, like a kind of like a whitish, a little more white. There we go. And we're gonna throw this on the actual first one. Put this on cubic and seamless. And as for this, now you get this kind of like little, kind of like a. It looks cool. Leave it be. If you haven't seen me do it yet, then freaking get in the. Stop. Okay, so this is the second one, right? This is the word official. And what we're going to do is going to do the same exact thing. Control C, V. And under official, we're just going to make sure we type just cap so you guys know which one it is. And for this, we're going to change this from cap, right? So start and end is going to be fill a cap again. And both the radiuses for start and end are going to be 0.5 again. Just like so. Pretty much, now we can just take the movement tool, drag this blue arrow back to about there. That's okay. And I believe for this one I had a blue and then a gray. So the same kind of thing going on here. We're just going to go ahead, take this blue, put it on the cap, put them on cubic, seamless, and then for the face of it, we're going to make it gray. Just like that. Alright, so I'm just going to actually go back to my space a little here, and then I'm going to just pre-render it really quickly, just to see you guys where we're actually going. It's like very, really simple stuff right now. For the text, all we did really add with like a bend so far, and then a couple duplicates with like filler caps on them, and then with these materials, and with a sky onto it as well, like an HDRI sky, they just come out really, really sleek and clean, and just very, very like easy to work with. And so for that, pretty much as you can see here, it looks really good so far. The spacing with the official kind of thing, I'm kind of feeling it, kind of not. I don't really know. And also, I kind of want to make sure, is this the same in gray? It is. I want to make sure this is a little bit lighter. Just a little bit. Right? Alright, so pretty much there. That's like the whole entire text portion. We haven't even got to like the part where we get like really cool like kind of crystal things going on here. So for that, all we're going to be using is going under the solid objects here. I'm going to go to platonic. And for this, I couldn't really find any other way of doing this without using like the Greebler program and like C4D, excuse me. I don't have that installed anymore for some reason. I don't really know. So anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and do it my manual way. So what I did was I went ahead and pressed C on my keyboard, which brings this platonic to an editable, moddable, is that a word? And that's not a word. But if I go to the little mod tab here, which is like your polygons, you can see your polygons, you can select polygons, all that cool stuff like that. All I really did was I would have clicked on one polygon, right? So I just clicked on one of these triangles, as you can see, right click, and I used the combination of extrude and then bevel. So what I went ahead was I kind of like made a little bit of a, I clicked on extrude by the way just now, and I'm going to rotate my camera just to show you guys what I'm doing, kind of make it a little bit come out, right? And I'm going to go switch this to bevel. So I'll right click, bevel, and I kind of just made this into a point. Right, so I kind of repeated this process continuously until I got like enough, so I kind of like made it look, you know, kind of, you know, whatever, kind of like a crystal kind of thing. Make like one other side longer. It's just very hard to be random when your brain just like doesn't really work like that when it comes to like, you know, designing and stuff. So it's kind of hard, but at the same time, it's kind of tedious as well. But at the end, it looks pretty good. And so for this, I'm just going to put on bevel, why not? Not even do a little extrude kind of thing. And I'm just going to make sure I kind of go in random spots here, keep going extrude, and pretty much you repeat this process so you get as much, you know, kind of crystallization that you really want, right? Do another one. We'll do this one like just a point. We'll make this come out like the tiniest bit, and then do bevel again. Alright, so pretty much if I just rotate this around, we need like something like right here, kind of, or right here. It doesn't really matter at this point. Bevel. Alright, so is that gonna work for me? Kinda. I want this to be a lot bigger as well. I'll make this go out really, really long. Alright, is that good? I think that's good. Like, I don't have too many long ones in here, but you guys kind of get the process, right? It's very, very tedious kind of stuff that's going on here. But if I go back to my regular old selection, I can kind of like, you know, shrink this a little bit. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is this is like the entire thing, where how to make them look kind of more crystallized, but like really like kind of abstract kind of look to it. If you press Alt G, it groups them up in not Photoshop, in C4D. That's like they're really quick to group things up, and you're gonna see this little thing called a null object. So pretty much if I drop this down, what we're gonna go ahead and do now is I'm gonna go to Effector, or MoGraph Effector, Random. I'm gonna go to where it says Deformer, and we're gonna change the deformation from off to point. And with this, I believe when we just drag this random in between the null and the platonic, just like so, you get this kind of like really weird thing that's going to go on with the polygons here. They're going to get really random and really scattered. And what we're going to do is just lower the effector here. Under effector, go to strength and just lower it. Lower it to about just a good size, like something like that. Where it's not like too, you know, off from what we had before, right? This is like what we had before. Nothing like that's crazy, just a little bit of distortion. And for me, that works. So I'm gonna go ahead and do. I can take this group now and start kind of like maneuvering it in between, like, you know, spaces and stuff like that. So I'm probably gonna speed this up just a little bit because I don't want this to like take too much time in the tutorial, because this is gonna take you a while. So I'm just gonna do the first one, or first like two, and I'm just gonna kind of make it just behind the text, right? And like we'll throw it like kind of inside as well. But we really just want to make sure we just take it, put it like behind the text. Kind of like, you know, move it around. You don't have to make multiple of these, by the way. what you can do is just press Control or Control CV to like duplicate, but Control moving it will make it copy, and I'm just gonna like rotate it a different way, trying to give it a nice little different look to it. And you basically repeat this process over and over again until you kind of get like what you're looking for. So yeah, pretty much we're just gonna do that. Alright, so pretty much I just like went around and kind of like, you saw me like rotate, change the size of some of these kind of things. And if I really want to go into like to some of these kind of things, kind of like change the kind of the random effective strength on some of these, just to make it a little more different, right? Just like that, why not? We'll take this one, make it a little more different, and then we'll take this one. Those are all in the same group for some reason. I think that'll do. And then for this one, is that in the same group? Yes, it is. Alright, so pretty much I just kind of like mix them up just a little bit, right, with the random, and kind of put my strength up a little bit. And as you can see, we got like kind of got going on what we really want. So right now at this moment, I'm gonna do one more thing, and I did like these little simple little crystal kind of things. It kind of like, you know, I added them in, just a little more added thing, like just a little added thing I did. So pretty much I'm gonna take all this stuff right here, just group this together, and we're gonna call this like whatever, cry. We're gonna make this little shape. We're gonna go to the shape, and we're gonna go to the, what is it, the cone. We're gonna go our cone and make it a nice little thing that I just showed you. Put my height up a little bit, change my bottom radius, and then we're gonna set this up the same exact way. Alt G to make a group, make a little null group. Mode graph effector, random. Take our random, go to deformer, change it to point, and then just drag this random inside the little null here, and just change our strength to like whatever, 15, that's whatever, 11. Alright, so then I can just, you know, size it down, and then just take a nice little rotation tool here, and then like just pop, you know, a couple of these kind of things in like, you know, the text itself, just to make it look, you know, a little more cooler or whatever, just add a little more stuff to it. Like here. I'll just do like 3 of them just because it's looking good with the size of these things. And I'll just like pop this one out there. Yes, sure. That will do. Alright, so pretty much now nothing has color on it, right? This is our little 3 little cones. Alright, so pretty much what we're going to do is we're going to take our little materials here, and we're just going to drag these at random and just throw these, pop these in. And the blue, no go with the blue. I didn't have my purple one, did I? I didn't drag a purple one in. I gotta just make a purple. We're just gonna make a purple just like so, or like a pink, purple. That's pretty purple. That'll do. Right, there we go. I don't want them all to be purple though, just a couple of them. And then another one will just be like green here. Just drag these things at random. And we'll just take a couple and make them blue. Like that one. We'll make like this one blue. And it's just like nothing I'm doing is really like, you know, I'm not like, you know, freaking picking and choosing because like whatever. I'm just kind of like trying to mix these colors around. Nothing crazy. That'll be orange as well. That looks pretty good. I didn't miss any of them inside there. And before I do that, make sure I actually have them all selected. That way I can put them on cubic and then seamless. And then for the other ones, we're just going to go to our cones here. And we're just going to take an orange, dab this one in there. Blue, put that one there. And then green, we'll put that one, should be right there. All right, sweet. So pretty much, I'm pretty much done with the render actually. It took a little bit longer, but you know, it's whatever, right? I'm going to pre-render it for you guys right now. If I find any like issues or whatever, I'm just going to stop the recording here, throw it into Photoshop, and we're just going to continue there. The Photoshop version is not that hard at all. Mind you guys, though, I did tell you that these things right here on the outsides are pretty much like taken from the inside of the little Seso HQ thing here. I rotated them different kind of ways and free rendered them on like its own little little screen basically. I own a little PNG. I put these in here and then pretty much just have like a selected different variety of colors that kind of like outring the entire banner design. So make sure you guys, if you guys want this kind of stuff around here, make sure you pre-render them out. So it's really, really simple, right? You just take one of these little like object things here and you just like drag them out, maybe like make a new tab or whatever, and then like you'll get it. Yeah, you'll understand it. So pretty much also my render settings are as followed. You can see the little pre-render there. It looks really, really good so far. The pre-render settings go as followed. I make sure you save format as on PNG. Make sure alpha channel is selected. That way it's an actual transparent background. I have ambient occlusion here. You can just go ahead and copy the settings as followed. Global illumination and sharpen filter. Very simple strength, 5%. And pretty much I'm just going to save them into my little pictures under my documents or whatever, and you're good to go. So, alright, I'll see you guys in Photoshop. So yeah. Alright guys, so the render is done. It's right here. And also it didn't take too long. If I go to picture view really quickly, it took like 6 minutes right there. This is the other one that I did, and I took away a light. That's the only thing I did that was different, that I did like in the tutorial purpose. I just took away one light. It was just way, way, way too bright. And when I toned it down one, it looks really good now. So now it's in Photoshop, all ready to go. And so pretty much to get this, it's very, very simple. Literally gonna take you like 2 minutes. So all we gotta do is duplicate the render once. So Control J to duplicate the render. And we're gonna drag this below and press Control T to free transform. Hold Alt and Shift, and we're gonna take a corner, make it nice and big. We're going to go ahead and just load the opacity down to like 25. That's pretty good. And as for the render part, what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to put a very simple little light white brush right on the top of everything. Right, just like so. Very, very simple so far. Put this at 80 opacity or so. And for the CC correction, what I did was, I'm going to just give you guys the exact same one, is had hue and saturation. For my hue and saturation, all I'm going to do is take my saturation, put it to 55. And take my lightness and put it to 2. This will automatically brighten everything up, make it really nice and like really vibrant. As you can see, it's not really like vibrant enough right now, just because like that's how the materials were going for me. And I like to like do things in post rather than just like try to make everything exactly how I want it, because that's practically impossible. You know what I mean? My Photoshop skills are up there, not my C4D skills. So there we go. Now it's all nice and vibrant and looking cool, like right. All right. So pretty much we're gonna go to exposure now. And for our exposure, we're going to take this and put this at 0.0015. And for everything else is going to pretty much stay the same, like 0.95 for the gamma correction. And after the exposure, we can just like, we can actually keep that at 0. All right, sweet. And last but not least is the brightness and contrast. We're going to take this brightness and put it to -15. And for the contrast, we're going to make this 60. And there we go. Pretty much. That is exactly the CC that I had prior to the my little actual first preview. Jesus. So yeah, there we go. If you guys want to do what I did last time, right? What I told you guys was to do this, right? I said you can just basically take one of these, right? And I'll just like find out where it is, like this, right? Control C. I'll just go into a new like Lightroom here, and I'll just say no. And all I did was Control V and paste it back in here, and that way I just took each of the colors. I switched between the orange, the green, and then the purple that I had, and just like switched the colors, switched the rotation a little bit, and then rendered them out prior, just like like this. I'll show you guys the 3 of them I have right here. They are right here. I just took these 3 different renders, right? And basically now I have 3 different colors, 3 different rotations. So basically all you gotta do is just like this. Is like put them on one side. Put this like here. We'll take the green one, put it like there. And what you can do is basically build on this. Like, so all you gotta do is hold Alt, drag it, right? It makes a duplicate for you. And then it's gonna just like put something over there. I'll put like an orange one like right there. And no matter what corner you give it to, it's gonna be a different look to it, just because it's not the same exact, like you're not gonna see like this point right here. You see how this point's like this? I'm just gonna drag and throw it up here. It's gonna be an entirely different point that you're looking at. And so if you just build up on this, you're going to have a nice looking design. Do that right there. That'll do for now. And if you guys want any kind of color or anything like that, all you have to do is use a brush here. Take the orange. So it's a nice little simple brush, right? All I'm going to do is hold Alt, select the color, click once around it somewhere. I'll take this blue, click once around it. Maybe another orange right here. Blue like right there. Blue like right here. We'll take a green, throw it there. Take a blue on this, throw it right there. Purple, why not? Orange, why not? And you can just keep on doing this. And pretty much you're just going to throw this on color dodge. And we're just going to lower the opacity down. And now we have a pretty freaking dope, really colorful, abstract design. So there we go. Nothing crazy like hard, like I said in Photoshop. So this is like a very simple part. This is like the entire, like this, like all you got to do is like really do the Photoshop, the Cinema 4D part really well. And then Photoshop is going to be super easy. So as you can see, it's just a very clean, like not really clean, but it's just very abstract, playful. But overall, kind of still clean in that kind of sense. So if you guys enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like. 200 likes on the video equals a secret down below, as I said before. If you guys do want the PSD, let me know. If you guys want the Cinema 4D file, let me know. If you guys want the materials, please let me know. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at SesoHQ. Do not forget to check out my Selfie, selfie.com/SesoHQ for any premiums and packs as low as $5. And do not forget to subscribe. We are currently at I think we hit 56K, yo, so 56.1K. That's freaking awesome. Thank you guys so freaking much. My previous tutorial did, like, really, really, really good. Like, still 0 likes. Probably when I say that, like, that one douchebag is going to go ahead and, like, go dislike it. But it's at 287 likes, 0 dislikes. So thank you guys so much. It's really crazy that you guys really like that one. It's awesome because I really wanted to do it. So, hope you guys like this one as well. And I'll see you guys later. So, switch you out. Peace.